Hello, welcome again.
Hey, good morning or afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good
Good to
morning to
see you.
you. Good to see you too. Thank you for helping me to wrap up this series. Today will be our last one in this particular series. I hope we get to do more about the business
Of course,
and
anytime.
yeah. And to sum it up on a high note, on a joyful note, I wanted to share today about our vibe and the energy that we bring to the people that we share with when we go out as we do today, how we conduct ourselves, how we maybe some tips on how we pick ourselves up and
Mhm.
well I truly, and I repeat it again, for me truly, saying yes to the opportunity and becoming part of our great team has opened these doors to such inner greatness and so much inner development that I'm humbled to have been well, to have come across the opportunity in such a way that has made me elevate so much.
Mm.
And I don't know, well, we've heard so much of your story and how you've elevated, and I wanted to know a bit how it looks for you now, how you raise that vibration, how you show up with the energy high, and when it's low, what do you do?
Yeah. Good questions. Good question for business. Good question for life. A friend and mentor of mine said to me, and I kind of took it to heart. She said, "Look, Danielle, I wake up in the mornings and I take care of me first. I get myself ready. I do my hair. I pick out my clothes. I do my meditation, whatever her thing is." And she said, and then I forget about myself for the rest of the day so I can fully show up for the people in front of me.
Hmm.
And she was someone that whenever I'm around her, it's Debbie Wexler, actually. So
Oh.
whenever I'm around Debbie, she is just like this open-hearted, like so loving, just like at your service, but to everyone, right? And it's amazing. And I've always, felt like, wow, I want to be like her. Like that's an energy that like it's just very receptive. People feel open, they feel supported, they feel connected. There's no ego involved. And I asked her, same question you're asking me, like, how do you do it? Because it's a little exhausting to just be around people all day and like giving, giving, giving. And she's like, yeah, I took care of me this morning, And so I I I do the same thing. So I wake up, do my hair, whatever. I got a lot of it these days. It's been very long. And then for
Look at
me,
mine.
your hair is awesome. I love the curls. Um, But for me, it's Bodhi. It's my dog. So I'll go and I'll take him on a walk. And it's so grounding for me to be out in nature, wherever
Mhm.
I am, even if I'm traveling and I'm not with Bodhi. I will do something outside because it just centers me. And I find deep peace in that. Um, some mornings, I might do meditation. I might do a little like yoga or some exercise, whatever. Just kind of feels like whatever my body's needing. And then I always set a time for myself because it's interesting when you're sort of like doing a business like this, there's no boss. I don't have to arrive at a certain time anywhere, right? It's like, I grant myself whatever it is. So you have to kind of you got to bring a little bit of that, like, that energy of like, okay, the doer energy to get things done. Like you need that. You also need to flow, but you also need that. So 9 a.m. I always say to myself, take care of you. By 9 a.m., you're showing up. And I look at my phone. All right, what does the team need? What messages do I have to address? I usually start things with people around 10 a.m. so that I can take care of that stuff. Maybe I got a message over the night, whatever, before. And then, yeah, I schedule things in my calendar for a certain amount of time. I've learned to honor that, like, hey, you stop at this time because my energy is not high at night.
Mhm.
And I used to like force myself to do team calls and do things at night. And it would require me to put out so much energy that I couldn't sleep after because I'd be so wound up because
Yeah.
I'm just like not naturally on at those times. So I've just learned to like work with my cycles of like when I have high energy, when I'm low, like what days of the week. This is probably like the best advice I could give anybody. Audit yourself for like, I would say try for a month, but at least a week. And just see like, how are you feeling on Monday? How are you feeling at 9 a.m. every day of the week? How are you feeling at 2 p.m.? How are you feeling at 6 p.m.? Like, are you somebody that's very productive in the morning? Or are you like, don't talk to me in the morning, I come alive in the evening? Like, everybody kind of has different. And some days, like when I started to pay attention, it was like Thursdays, I'm usually like lower energy. I don't know why. Days, I'm really high energy. I don't know why. But this is how it is. And so I've like learned to put things into my calendar on specific days to just take care of activities like, that need high energy. I will try to not plan that on a Thursday because typically I'm low energy on that day. And it just, when I start to honor my body and I've realized that, it's like things flow. It feels effortless. I'm not forcing myself, whatever. And so I can stay in a high, happy state. But if you don't take care of you first, it's gonna be a mess. Like it's just going to be a mess. Like you're not going to be able to show up and serve. Like my whole philosophy, as we've talked about, is like, do what's best for the people in front of you. Just show up to every conversation, put yourself over here, put your opinions over here, put your desires over here. Like you took care of that before 9 a.m. You set the intention, you know what you're wanting to do. Now you're just getting into motion. And so just show up and do what's best for the people in front of you and trust that it's all going to work out. And that's the best advice I can give you. And then just, you're your own boss. So honor yourself, but also you can't, like, I have some people that like, oh, my own boss, I'm going on vacation for a week, or like, I love this business, I don't have to work when I don't want to. And I'm like, you do need to work. Like, get an input, you need an output. It's just flexible, right? It's like, it's not just a sometimes business. Like it's a all the time sort of thing, but you get to pick when you want to do it, right? And it's been funny to watch people, and their businesses never get off the ground because they're like, oh, well, that's what I want to do. And I'm like, yes and no. We need some consistency to drive this thing. Anyway, so those are my thoughts.
And well, I believe that took some time, right? Because you've been 10 years into this. And how much would you say took you to find this flow for yourself? And after that, how you teach it to us?
It probably took several years at the beginning, because my flow was like, it was also very different because I was doing stuff in person and I was working other jobs, because network marketing is not something that like you just quit everything and do. Like it's not designed to have like massive income at the start. It's designed to go up and then be residual. And so it's consistent income into the future. So I was working a lot of other jobs. So I honestly like I was doing way too much. I was working like 16 hours a day. I was just going because I had this dream that I was working towards and I didn't mind. Plus I had been brain injured for several years with no doing. And so it was like, I was like, oh, I can do again. So it's just like, yay, life. So I swung like way too hard in that direction. And it took me a couple years to go, okay, chill out, Danielle. Like, you can have a life and do things. But then the pandemic like really threw me through a loop, because I had found my flow in person, the things I liked doing, the events I liked going to, what I didn't enjoy, like I'd figured it out. And then I had moved and obviously, the world shut down. So, I was in a very different space. So then I had to find my flow again online. And I realized something massive, which was like, if my energy is not good, and even if I'm just sending a message to somebody over whatever platform, they felt it. And it was wild. It was like when I was in a good mood and high energy, things would flow. And when I was cranky and tired, like it was like sticky, gross interchanges that were just like it wasn't flowing. And so I realized quickly, like, well, everything's energy, right? It's the same like when you show up in person. I would show up happy. And I'm like, why would I ever try to get into a conversation with someone if I'm not happy? They're going to feel it. Same with posting. Even if it's not a video, even just like a regular post, a static post. I just try to have high energy whenever I'm going to post or interact with people. felt a very different, synergy with people when I'm in that space. And I catch myself when I'm not. And I'm like, nope, you need to like reset yourself. Go listen to music, go on a walk, go meditate, do something, if my high energy dips. Or I've had it too, where like you have a rough conversation with somebody, like everything's not sunshine and rainbows, right? Like sometimes you're dealing with people that are dealing with intense health issues or their own mindset stuff, and they're taking it out on you just because you happen to be there. So, you can navigate some challenging phone calls sometimes. But again, you got to keep it's not personal. I've just learned that like nothing's personal. Anyone's reaction tells me more about them than it does about me. It says nothing about me. I just keep taking care of me and stay completely just open to people. And it takes time to build that capacity. That probably took the longest to build because I used to get really like it would hurt. Like if someone, said something or whatever, I would get upset. What did I do wrong? Or I could have done better. And then I came to realize like, all right, sometimes you got to ask, what could I have done better? Is there anything? And when the answer is no, it's like, well, that's not about me. Like this person was just having a bad day or had a bad experience previously. And like, I've just animated this in them again, and they're taking out their past on me in the present. And don't take it personally. That is a big. And the better I understood myself, the better I started to understand other people. And so then I just have compassion. Like and it's amazing when you just have compassion, even when people are upset, it calms them down. It's remarkable. But you got to have control of your own emotions, or else you're never going to get there.
Well, that's very true, because I remember when I first started, I think I've mentioned this. I needed like financially to work and to work fast, and obviously it's not like that unless like you, I don't know, find like people, businessman out of the door that buys you, I don't know, 20 boxes and stuff like that. So yeah, and it's again humbling that wanting to do a business actually arranges you inside first, especially doing this type of business and being aligned with Asea, because of the culture that we have, and the products and the opportunity and the life-changing breakthroughs that it brings to people. Well, when someone wants to align with this, well, they need to be at that high level, because all of these are high values, to serve people, to offer them this kind of change and breakthrough in their life. So you need to be at that level, right? And it took me this this time to realize that the opportunity is there. It's there. It's huge, and we actually have Zooms over the week that talk about specifically, right, how it works and why it works, and this will keep on going. And on the other side is the opportunity it gives oneself to elevate from the inside, because maybe not most of us know that we are our own boss, and that means to have the profile of someone, I don't know, you see on the TV, like Grant Cardone, Donald Trump, all of these high profile people. They are their own boss in a way that they do companies and all of that, but internally they are at that level. So this comes as a doorway to anyone basically who's just willing and open to elevate, and don't need, I don't know, to start studying the stock market, or to start investing in real estate, and to go to ask for a loan and all of that. Those are viable options, of course, and it exists this that brings you at that level of being your own boss, CEO, in a way that well, it's it fulfills your life, because it's amazing to to witness yourself, how you elevate, and through that, all of the things, I don't know, the exterior parts, the financial parts, the mentality, the mindset, the attitude, the how you connect and talk to people, all of those are just falling into place. And I'm going to repeat myself. For me, it's been amazing. I couldn't have uh, not even fathomed, and it was not even, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago, doing all of this that we've done, the series that we've done, being with Dr. Silverman on the same screen and talking with 30 minutes. And for you, those of you who don't know who Dr. Silverman is, look him on YouTube and you'll know who is. And I, I am grateful to have reached here and to be able to conduct myself in this way. And it's all been possible, truly, with saying yes to ASEA. Of course, there were also a lot of factors around me. My partner has an entrepreneurial mind. He supports this kind of opportunities. So I had the environment to to grow, to start to deprogram some of
Mm.
the bad beliefs that I was having and reprogram new ones. And of course, there are a lot of factors into this. Your belief in the product, your belief in the community that it's built. It's already here, and it awaits for so much more of us from the world. And I really think I truly believe that this is a very high energy. And even though if it's not in person, I believe that anyone who listens to us right now can feel how we conduct ourselves, how we show up, and we do take care of ourselves. And we're not like nonstop and won't be like on top of you and doing this and that. And it's a very vibrant and energized space to be a part of. And I believe that it was like this. I Over the last years, it has grown more and more because, well, ASEA expanded right into another markets.
Mhm.
Also, the online space, right? I believe it was in the last 2 years that they started to tweak it up and be more present because
Yes.
they have more footing
Yeah.
in the industry. And but the I think you mentioned the energy of what something is starting, of how something is started. It will just live throughout all the life of the business and of the culture. And
Yes.
I think maybe you in person have experienced it in a more profound way. Maybe.
Yeah, I certainly have. I think the inception with which something starts, yeah, it like sets the, I don't know, the tone, the frequency, like whatever language you want to use, and it like attracts like, and so people that also resonate with that move in, and so it's fascinating. You know, we're open in 34 countries now, maybe 35. Indonesia just opened, and I don't remember if that was 34 or 35, but the types of people that are attracted to this is amazing. Just before we got on here, I was on a phone call with someone that's living in Indonesia right now, has been for 5 years, you know, has gotten to know the local community well. And he was just like, look, my heart is for helping people. Like, I'm retired, like finances are fine, you know, I'm living over here, it's good. And I said, well, you know, what would it mean for you to be able to bring this to, like, to help people with their health and also offer financial hope to people? Because he was talking about how, you know, there's just, having grown up in the United States and being there, like, there's the discrepancy is big. And he was like, yeah, like, that's what it's about for me. He's like, you know, if we got on this call and you would just talk to me about money and earning this and that, like, I'm not interested, but I'm interested in helping people. This is an avenue that I can do that. Great. Like, I'm not going to complain about more money. And we were kind of joking and said, like, yeah, more good people need money. Like, that is what this world needs. It needs good people that have the ability, the finances, the networks, like the connections, which all comes, right? Your net worth is equivalent to your network. Like, it just, that's what happens. That's what's needed. And I think this model, equal entry for everybody, anybody with any background can do it. Like, anyone can have success. It's equal playing field. I don't care. It's just, are you willing to be coachable? Are you hungry to make it happen? Because if you're not hungry, like we talked about, some people, oh, I'm going to just vacation for a week. Like, okay, well, it's fine. A week is fine, but some people have taken off the summer, and it's like, okay, like, are we coming back? You gotta be hungry to actually want change and to create something in your life, because at the end of the day, you're your boss. You're driving you. You're connected with team. You're connected with everybody. There's this bigger purpose of helping people, but something internal has to be flipped. But yeah, so to your point, I was just smiling when I got that phone call, because I thought, man, even on the other side of the world, this frequency has been put out, and it was so refreshing, because I'm like, when I'm on phone calls where like the person is just asking me about money and this and that, and not how do we help people, and it's just like, I'm not interested in working with people where that's the main driver. Like, yeah, it can be nice, but it's, long term, it's just a little exhausting when people are just absorbed with themselves. I think it's nice that Asea puts out that frequency of like, look, we're here to impact people around the world. And I don't know if you caught Tyler Norton's, he did an interview on Friday. Yeah, and he said, my dad's mission, because he kind of co-founded this with his dad, but his dad was really a driver, Virtus. And he was saying, my dad he just wanted to get this out to people. He just kept saying, like, how do we, like, he was looking at letters of stuff that people had, sent him, like, this changed my life. I did this for my daughter, my husband, whatever. And he's like, what do I do with this? Like, what we have our hands on is fun. What do I do with this? And it was just like, the answer was, just got to get it out to people. We just have to keep getting it out to people. And Tyler said, the days where that is what's top of mind, I'm happiest. And the days that, business problems and inflation and the shipping industry and blah, 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 and like that's my focus, and I get so pulled off of the vision, are my toughest days. But the moment I come back to, well, why am I here? And what am I doing this for? I'm here to serve humanity, like their mission statement, better people's lives, be a force for good in the world. What we're doing. You get to wake up every day and do that, you're going to have a good day, and everything will follow. Everything always works itself out. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be a lot of personal growth, all the stuff, but you're going to attract in people that have that mission. And I think collectively, humanity needs to start thinking about the fact that, like, we're all connected. What's bad for one is not good for me, hurting someone else, hurting me too. And we need to like work together. And I look into the future and I think, like, what is possible to make that happen? And it sounds crazy, but network marketing to me is that model. Everybody wins, it connects, it makes community, like there's connection, there's support to grow. You can, deal with all of your mental stuff. There's people there to mentor you. And it's just phenomenal. Like people in network marketing are just happier. I see it. Like they're just like shiny, like they're just because they're on purpose. And they've taken some ownership of their life, and that is attractive. And if you want to be around people like that, Lavinia and I want to work with you. Like let's do it. It's a fun thing to be involved with.
Yes, it really is. And well, I think I'd like to end it on that note. We are very, very good to be around and to work with. And I personally learned a lot from Danielle and from Dr. Silverman. And I truly believe that I can maybe pass on some of my knowledge to the people that choose and decide to come and work with us and, well, to be in our team. And I invite you to take the leap and the faith and the courage to at least have a conversation about this. And this is how I'd like to end this series of Asea Associate Energy. It's all that this has been about. I am truly grateful you agreed to do this with me, because I believe we we have done a really good job to show what's in it from for all of the aspects in our lives, not only the financial or just the product results. It's also a holistic opportunity.
It totally is. Well put. And it, I don't think we talk enough about it. Like when you kind of approached me with this idea, I was like, yes, immediately. Like this will be so fun, and I want to showcase more, like what it's actually like. Like what are the benefits of it? Because it's the person you become along the way. It's the best part. Like, yeah,
Yes.
sure, the money's nice, flexibility is nice, helping people is nice, but your own personal growth and awareness and confidence and like just like learning how to keep yourself at a higher vibration, like that's everything in life, and you'll show up differently to everything. And I think it should be, I think everyone should do network marketing for whatever stint of time you need, but I think it should be part of everybody's life. I think it's just this, it's like life skills, life mastery.
It truly is. Well, thank you so much, Danielle, again. Thank you, everyone, for listening to us. And well, if you didn't catch up the other episodes, I'll put them in the playlist at the end. And you also have the link to join or to ask or leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. And I'll connect you with Danielle as well. We do it anyway. Yes. Thank you so much. Have a great
Of course.
day. Go be
Yes,
happy,
you
all of
too.
you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.